So, how's the coffee? Is it?
It's great.
It's awesome.
Good. Yeah,
Very good.
First time you guys
First
are
time
here.
I
I'm
was
glad
here,
glad
yeah.
to give you the best that I can. Now there's you guys aren't addicted to anything here. Like you aren't. The coffee's not going to send
I'm
you
not saying.
Well, you know what? I'm so glad that you guys. I know your lives are busy. You work at Cornerstone Television. You're pastoring the church, and then you got this group, this Celebrate Recovery thing. I know it's like an addiction kind of. Is it like an AA for Christians or something?
Well, it is, but we call it a place for people with hurts, habits, and hang-ups, and since I have all three, it works perfectly.
Physician heal thyself.
Absolutely.
So, is that how you got into it? Because you had some stuff you had to deal with, or you just saw hurting people?
Tim, I got into it through the back door. I became what they called a fifth step listener. The local hospital where I was pastoring was taking on a program, and they didn't have enough people. So they trained me, and in their training me, I saw that I was using Jesus the way these guys were using drugs and alcohol.
Jesus is an addiction?
Uh-huh.
You haven't said 2 words to me the whole time I've been here. Why you give me the cold shoulder?
I'm not giving you the cold shoulder. I'm busy, and I got a lot of customers, as you can see.
Nice weather we have.
Yeah, well, if you like it, rainy and cold.
So, how you doing?
Fine.
How's your grandmother doing?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me? You're the one who sees her all the time.
Remember when paying attention to detail was important to building things that last? At Omega Home Improvements, we believe that your siding deserves that same attention to detail so it too is built to last. We specialize in a foam back insulated panel that features 5 times the energy efficiency and is 4.5 feet longer than other panels used on homes today. We're Omega Home Improvements, doing it right from beginning to end.
At S&T Bank, we've got a new account for people with busy lives. It's called the Preferred Account, and it's full of everything you need and none of what you don't, like free anywhere ATM transactions. So you never have to make a special stop to save a fee. The Preferred Account in S&T Bank. It's your life. We just made it a little easier.
Well, I had to come because I had, just 6 months ago, a total hip replacement. So I needed to come for physical therapy. I took advantage of many of the things that I never thought I would have used to help me recover from my hip replacement. And every single thing I did, each time I came, I noticed great improvements and things that you would think, how would that help you? It was amazing.
Senior Care Plaza is a family-owned, long-term care residence that provides a nurturing home and a high-quality care program. If your loved one can no longer care for themselves, it's time to think about Senior Care Plaza. We call it care. You'll call it home. If you've been looking for a high-quality, top-rated personal care home with your specific needs in mind, Senior Care Plaza in McKeesport, Pennsylvania may be for you. Senior Care Plaza.
What?
Why you so bothered with me spending time with your grandmother? Didn't you want me to keep her company? At least that's how you felt the other day.
I know. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's just, I don't know why it's just so weird, but I don't know how to say this, Mr. Wiley, but you are moving too fast. Okay, come on. It's my grandma.
Son, me and Josie been married for 47 years. Your grandmother and your grandfather, they've been married a long time too. It's nice to have a friend to someone you can talk to who understands that. Our children are all grown, and they don't have time for us.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I didn't look at it like that. You know, my grandma is lonely, even though I moved in with her. She's just still lonely.
And she loves you for that, Marcus. Yeah. And I respect you for it.
Thanks, Mr. Wiley. Man, listen, I'm sorry for being so rude, you know.
It's okay. I'm glad we got over that. Oh, it's your grandma.
What?
Hey, yes, Lottie. I'm here having coffee at his place, talking to your wonderful grandson.
Thanks.
What's that? No, he don't have a camera in his hand or a whisk, but he is about to get me some more coffee. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Marcus, Louis' headset's not working again. He's going to need a new plug.
Can you believe that my grandma called Mr. Wiley again?
Oh, Marcus, it's nice. It's nice that they have each other. Okay? It's nice.
Addiction to Jesus?
Well, it was more an addiction to religion.
Okay.
You see-
How's it different?
Well, Jesus is a relationship. Religion can be just a system of behaviors, very much like an addiction. Addiction is a system of behaviors that becomes a life-dominating force. And that's what the structure did to me.
Laura, did you see him having like an addiction to religion? I mean, what kind of things was he doing?
Well, I think what I noticed is he would try to follow the rules, maybe legalistic.
Maybe legalistic.
Maybe a lot legalistic. But the Lord, just through him working with people and listening to them, in the fifth step, the Lord started showing him he had the same type things going on in his life with his rebellion, his, what would you say, self-righteousness type
Judgmental
thing.
attitudes.
Judgmental attitudes.
Yeah.
And it was something, he said he had to start 12-stepping it, doing the actual thing that,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, because that is powerful stuff. You know, you are judge and jury, and you know, and that's not the way the Lord called us to be.
So there's probably no joy, no.
I was driven, and it was driving me crazy. Is what it was doing. I had
Well, you were
a lot
driven
of,
to misery.
Yes.
I mean, that's yeah,
Yes.
I had a lot of anger
yeah.
and a lot of jealousy and envy.
Insecurity.
Up to my eyeballs. And so when I began to get honest, I think that's the whole part of it. You get honest first of all with yourself, then with God, and then with other people. And that honesty sets you so free.
Yeah.
You know the truth. And guess what the truth does?
Amen.
It'll set you free. I tell people sometimes first it'll make you miserable though.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't want to be that uncomfortable. You don't want to be that transparent. I mean,
That's right.
That's tough. That's scary stuff. But this is what you're asking. I'm assuming if you're working in Celebrate Recovery, that's what you're asking people that you're working with.
We are, Tim, and actually we don't ask them, we model it.
Okay.
And it's a lot easier for people to be transparent with you if you're transparent with them. You can't say, no, you're the one that has to do this because you're the sick one. And no, we're all sick. And the only remedy really is that relationship with Jesus. And boy, does that ever make a difference.
So what makes this different than like an AA program or an NA program?
We build a lot of what we do on relationships. We start with a meal. And, you know, for most people, that food thing kind of takes down the defenses, and you get a lot of openness there. And they have a chance to sit. We used to have square tables, now we have round tables, so it's really on a personal basis. But we start relationships this way there, and then we go to a large group meeting where we have worship, and then we enhance relationship this way, because you're not going to get well without God.
Yeah, and that's a scary thing about the way that people.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Hello?
Sure. Okay. Bye-bye.
You've been on the phone for 5 minutes with my grandma. Didn't she want to talk to me?
I don't think so. She didn't ask for you.
Well, what'd y'all talk about?
Nothing.
5 minutes or nothing. You know what? I'm watching.
Hey, Laura.
Hey.
Hey, I got Tim's
Jack.
delivery here, but I really need Marcus to give me a hand with
Well,
the rest of this stuff.
Thank goodness, because Marcus needs to get what's going on in his mind off of his mind.
Well, what's going on?
You don't know about Marcus and grandmother and Mr. Wiley. They're friends.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, they're more like friendly friends.
Oh, friendly friends. Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Well, Marcus doesn't think it's a good thing.
Well, he's been acting kind of weird lately.
A little bit. Hey,
Hey, Marcus, I heard through the grapevine that Walt and your Grammy's been dating.
They are not dating. They are just friends.
Oh, that's right. They're friends.
Listen, watch how you talk about my grandma, man.
Oh,
for
yeah,
real.
just kidding, man. I was just joshing you. But hey, by the way, I called you Sunday morning. I thought you were going to help me with my new laptop in my truck.
I didn't get a call Sunday.
Well, yeah, it was about 10:30. I went straight to voicemail.
10:30
Yeah?
a.m.?
Yeah, Sunday morning.
Oh, I don't really know about that if I got a call from you at that time.
I called her. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I don't think I...
Marcus, hey, man.
Hey,
I can't believe it, man. I wanted to tell you, man. I saw you on Sunday.
Yes, you know, it's good to see you, too. You know, I got this new drink I wanted to make you. I'm glad you came by. It's called a Steamachino. It's a new invention. Why don't you have a seat here? Come on, Joe, man. Putting your stuff all over the place. Come on, get this together.
Look, I have a whatever you said, but
okay.
I'm trying to say, man, I stopped by, man, to talk to you about Sunday, man. I saw you at church. I can't believe it.
Wait. You went to church?
Yeah, church.
What, would you lose your bet or something?
His place, his place.
Do you know that your morning cup of coffee can help clothe, feed, rescue, and care for the poorest of the poor? I know it may seem hard to believe, but it can happen. His Place and Kiva Han Coffee have joined forces to bring a special blend of coffee that will change the world. Hope Coffee is a direct trade coffee, which means that the families of the people who work hard on the coffee farms receive the funds directly from their harvest. In addition, the profits from Hope Coffee go to help rescue children in impoverished countries and bring the message of God's love to people all around the world. For a limited time, for your gift of $37, we'll send you as our thank you a His Place mug and a 12-ounce bag of Hope Coffee. Together, we're changing the world one life at a time through one cup of coffee at a time. Send your gift today.
His place.
So that explains why you didn't answer your cell phone on Sunday, because you were at church.
Okay, thanks, Joe, for telling the entire cafe that I was at church. Listen, man, people go to church. I mean, this one goes to church, that one goes to church. It's not really a big deal. Besides, why weren't you in church? It was Sunday morning.
Hey, I go to Mass on Saturday nights. Sunday's the only day I get to sleep in. You know, when you're a delivery guy and you work 6 days a week, you got to reschedule all your appointments, okay? Besides, this ain't about me, you know what I mean? I've been going to church for years, but now all of a sudden you're going to church. I mean, what'd you get, religion all of a sudden?
No, I don't have religion. It's just not that. Listen, my grandmother, okay, she cannot drive anymore. So she has this church that she chooses that's on the other side of town. So since gas is so expensive, I wasn't going to go all the way across town to her church and go all the way back home, back to me, and go pick her back up across the church and go back home. I was going to do that. It's cheaper and easier. And I wasn't just going to sit in the car and wait there the whole time. And she insisted that I actually go in. What's that, brother? And now Eric's here that came from the church, and
I mean, first Walt's dating your grandmother, now this. I mean, what else is going to happen?
they are not dating. They are just friends.
Oh, that's right. You're friends.
Will you stop that? Goodness gracious.
Marcus, my man. Just the guy I wanted to see. There you go. Hey, listen, I got some advice as your business partner. I think we need to do a couple more of the coffee shows and then maybe 1 or 2 more of the Cooking with Chef Marcus shows.
I didn't want a business partner.
Hey, Bill, lay off him. I don't think he's been hanging around your type anymore.
That's right.
My type?
Yep.
Yeah, Marcus goes to church.
You're kidding.
No, I mean, you don't go to church, right?
You got religion?
Yeah.
He got religion, all right? And I don't think now that he got religion that he's going to be worried about doing any more, business ventures with you or taping any more YouTube shows.
He is kidding, isn't he?
Forget it.
He's not kidding.
He's not.
Here you go, Mr. Wiley. I saw you talking on the phone, and Marcus said you are friends with his grandmother. I think that's really nice.
Thanks. It's nice sharing memories with someone in the same boat. You know what I mean.
Oh, I think it's wonderful you have someone you can relate
When
to.
you're talking about Celebrate Recovery, you said it's about relationship, but is there a freedom? Is there a joy that people come and they know that they're not going to be persecuted when they walk through the door because of their their addiction?
Yeah, I have a lot of sympathy for people who are coming to Celebrate Recovery because they're coming to a strange place, a church. And when you have issues like most of them have, a church is the last place that you're going to feel comfortable in. But we assure them that we don't judge because we're really bad at it.
We go out of our way when they walk in the door to make sure they feel welcome. They walk through to the gym where we eat, and we try to meet them right at the door and take them to where they, are going to get their food. And first-timers don't pay for their food, and just try to do different things. Then when we go upstairs to our large group meeting, there's worship and teaching, whatever. But we really try to concentrate on making them feel welcome, not judge. We've had people who come who are drunk, people who've come who are high, and we just keep loving them with the love of Jesus, and gradually they start changing.
In fact, some of those people are now our leaders.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. They've been clean for like a year and a half or 2 years.
Do people, I mean, for them to take that leap, to come drunk or come high to a church, there's got to be a sense of desperation there. How do people hear? Do people just hear on the street, or is it their friends tell them, or their ex-drug buddies or alcoholic buddies, tell them? How do people hear about this?
You know what, Tim? I'm not really sure, but the word is on the street that there's a place that you can go. You will be accepted. You will be loved. We promise to love people unconditionally. I get to meet with the newbies the first time, and I tell them, we promise to love you, and if you don't want to be loved too late, you're already here. So, but, and we promise to accept them exactly where they are and be comfortable with them staying there until they understand they have to change. Because it's God that brings the change, not us.
Is there anybody that kind of sticks out in your mind as somebody that, their life really changed? They came to you. They were one of these folks that came, drunk or high or whatever. And how long have you guys been doing this?
6 years this month.
Okay, so you've got 6 years under your belts of ministering people, both of you as a team here doing this, ministering. Right. Is there anybody that kind of sticks out in your brain that says, this person really was changed? We've seen now for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, that they're still clean, they're still loving Jesus, and their life has been dramatically changed.
Well, for instance, one little gal that was high several times when she came, and gradually you noticed she was, not doing that anymore. Well, now she's part of our prayer team at church. She's a real intercessor. Unbelievable. It is so cool.
Another young man that if you drove the
What are you doing hiding back here?
I'm not hiding.
Yeah, you're hiding. Actually, by the looks of it, I would say that you're avoiding Eric.
No, please leave me alone. I'm not doing that.
Really?
I am not avoiding Eric.
Oh, come on, man. He's a nice guy. Listen, you know what? Why don't you prove it to me, okay? All right? I've known Eric for a long time. He gets along really well. Go out there. Show me you're not avoiding him.
Hey, Eric, how's everything?
What's up, man? How you doing again, man? Like I said before, man, it was great to see you in church. I mean, I can see it now. The good Reverend Dr. Elder Bishop Marcus.
Yeah.
I can't believe, man.
Oh, I can see that. That's great.
I'm kidding, man. But seriously, man, it was good to see you in church.
Yeah. Well, I was really supposed to meet with Joe, do a run with him on Sunday morning, but I'm not really back in church. You know, like my grandma, she
were
goes.
there. What do you mean?
Well, my grandma, she goes. You know, and she can't drive. You know, so I moved in with her. And I'm just kind of going back and forth with, you know, her taking her to church and everything. And I just, you know, there, but I'm not really there. So.
Right. You're not really there.
Yeah. So the bishop.
Yeah.
Bishop. Yeah. Nah, I'm good.
Elder. Deacon.
Deacon. How about
trustee?
Chef.
Usher.
Yeah.
Chef.
Yeah, that's what I do. You know, so I don't know about the little, you know, bishop, all that. You know. Yeah. So yeah, but I don't know. I'm not really.
It's good though that you're, you know, helping your grandmom out.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, that's my heart right there. You know,
Yeah.
my family, you know,
Yeah,
that's my
yeah,
heart.
yeah,
But I mean, I ain't been to church for a long time, and I'm not really ready to kind of like.
Look, you're serving grandma at service. That's church.
That's church.
That's church. You said you're a chef. Come on, Lord's Supper, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever.
No?
Yeah, whatever. But, you know.
Look, you know, whatever gets you close, man. I mean, that's the reality. It was good to see you, man. I mean, did you get anything out of the service?
He was saying something about Jesus and them, and I was just. No, not really, man. I'm being real with you. I was just texting the whole time. I'm just
Wow, you were texting. See, we're going to have to get us a text translation of the Bible for you, huh? Let's get you to read it.
I probably won't even read it then. I'm just not really that interested. You know what I mean?
But it's good enough for grandma. Maybe you ought to pay attention. Maybe you ought to at least give it a shot, man. You'd be surprised on what happens in the house of the Lord, man.
Yeah, I kind of did that. So.
Kind of did what?
You guys criticize AA or NA, you know, at all. Do you see yourselves in competition or?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, I encourage the people who come to celebrate recovery to go to AA. It's an extension, and people get hungry at AA. I mean, it's like the appetizer.
Oh yeah.
Because they say, well, I can't do this on my own, and this higher power is kind of like a frothy Jell-O. I would really like a little more.
They want to know more, and then that's where Celebrate Recovery comes in. And well, what would you say is of course, other than Jesus, the Jesus factor, what would you say is the most important thing about Celebrate Recovery that makes it different, that makes it impacting?
You know, I was asking myself that, Tim. I honestly think it's our ability to live out Jesus and to accept them like he would. Where they are, love them where they are, but not be content with just saying, okay, well, have a nice life. Offering them the opportunity to be absolutely free.
You guys seem like this isn't just a ministry, it's like you're the mom and pop of all these groups. I mean, I'm sure some of them are your age or older that are involved in it, but it seems like you guys care about your folks as if they're your kids.
Their family.
Yeah, and when people really want to get into the steps, we have what are called step groups. Those groups become so close. It's like a close-knit family because you're sharing things, you know, that you probably hadn't told other people.
Now, this organization isn't just at your church. I mean, it's like national or international.
It is, and it's international. It started in Saddleback 13 years ago, 15 years ago now. And it's in prisons. It's in other countries. John Baker was the founder. He wrote Pastor Rick Warren a 13-page single-spaced typed letter outlining what he wanted.
Guy was serious.
That was a serious letter.
Serious business.
But it has been such a powerful force. What's interesting is I've been involved in recovery for over 30 years. And I had to write my own material because it wasn't around then. And 95% of what I wrote was already in his stuff. Wow. So I said, why reinvent the wheel? Let's do this. And it's a very good program.
So you guys are seeing those success after success. I'm sure there are ones that fall away, but it's really, if you get them, what I'm hearing you say is that if you get people involved in the relationship, relationship with the Lord, relationship with the other folks in the group, relationship with you guys, there's success there. People get set free.
Right.
And even the people who fall away, I expect them back.
And they do. They come back.
Yeah, because, hey, you're a fool not to go where you're loved.
It just sounds like people are coming into a family environment where they're loved and accepted. It's just really being Jesus to people as you and I know Jesus to be, unlike the Jesus that you knew while you were, in recovery. Yeah, that Jesus, that guy.
Absolutely.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So,
man, think about it. Walt is dating Marcus's grandmother. Marcus is going to church. Who knows what's going to happen next?
Hey, maybe you'll get religion.
I have religion.
I don't really think that's what it is, Phil.
Really?
Yeah, thanks to you. No thanks to you, I had to talk to Eric.
Eric's a nice guy. Yeah, well, what's the big deal?
It's a big deal. What nothing's happened.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad that you talked to him. So that's nice, I don't know. We need to actually get some more shows going. I was thinking maybe Chef Marcus goes, Adonai's Requiem. What do you think about that?
You're an idiot. No, that's really funny,
Your business partner.
I think it was really funny.
And I think it was really funny, too. funny. Yeah.
I can't stand you guys, okay?
I gotta go.
Yeah, here. Let's talk about some business.
So come on in and find a friend to help you on your way. Pull up a chair and find his care. We'll be here every day in his place. Ba-ba-da-da, his place.
Hey, thanks for watching His Place, and thank you very much. He thinks he works here, but he really doesn't. Go to hisplace.tv, and you might want to come and have a nice piece of cake or pie. At least you'll get a great cup of coffee. Hey, if you want to learn more about Celebrate Recovery, go to our website, and you can find that out. Thanks to Eric McIntosh for being here during this program, and he'll be back on the next show. Also, Dallas Brown will be here talking about Pure Life. Tune in, hisplace.tv.